Hello. As I mentioned in my first Vlognaker video, I have been on YouTube for over 10 years now, which is insane. And as it's around New Year's and as it's the 4th of January, I realised that I made a video on the 4th of January 2016, 10 years ago today, where I went through 50 New Year's resolutions for the year. I know a lot of those resolutions were specifically for the year 2016, but I thought it would be interesting to see, obviously, like if I still feel like I am accomplishing them or if I've still got similar resolutions, and also if I did complete the resolutions, how that's affected me long term and if I've kept up with it, etc. I don't know if that fully makes sense, but we're just gonna watch it and maybe cringe a little, but also look back lovingly and respectfully for my younger self and have a look. It is crazy that this was 10 years ago. For the record, I am filming this a couple of weeks before the 4th of January because I need time to edit it. But yeah, it still blows my mind. It's insane. So let me start recording and let's go. Okay, before I even press play, first of all, I love how different my hair is. It's shorter and I do cut it back to that length, but I don't like it when I do. It's only because I choose to cut a lot off. It's so much like fluffier and less curly because I didn't know that I had curly hair. I just thought it was frizzy. And on a separate note, I really like that play suit and I think I do still have it in Australia and occasionally still wear it when I go back, although it is a little bit small, on the small end, and it has a massive stain somewhere, I can't remember where. So it's not ideal, but I do still like it. Okay. Here we go.
So, hi and welcome back to my channel. I'm flapping my arm.
My accent is so different, it's crazy. Also, this is like quite a close-up shot, so yeah, that's a choice.
50 New Year's resolutions for the new...
I'm so much more hesitant in these older videos. It's so interesting to see, like with the way I talk.
Get at least 6 out of 8 in school. Be motivated in class.
Yeah, I think I did well in school, and I was motivated in class. I loved school, so this is silly.
Be nice and calm, even if someone doesn't actually deserve it.
I feel like I just put that in for the sake of putting it in. I am never not calm, especially, well, yeah, even less so at that age. Like, I just accepted everything. So I like to think I was nice, but I definitely was calm. And I like to think I still am. I feel like even if I want to put my foot down about something or, you know, feel like I have a strong opinion, I still am quite calm about it. I'm logical and I just sort of speak my thoughts.
What I want to do, even if I'm nervous to do it.
Do what I want to do, even if I'm nervous to do it. See, that's so interesting because I would say that today, like in this sort of recent time, that almost translates to like sharing YouTube and things like that. And again, I feel like this is another one that I probably just put in for the sake of putting in because I've always been quite, I can't think of the right word. Like I never shied away from who I was. And I feel like I still am pretty good about sort of doing what I want to do, despite what others think or say. Yes, I've been bad with YouTube, and I am getting better finally. But I think in general, I don't let anyone else's opinions stop me from doing the thing I want to do. And I can see on here that the next one's be cheeky, which I just am not. I don't know if I was in this year, and I don't even really know what I meant by it. Maybe we'll explain. Let's listen. But yeah, I'm not a cheeky person. I just am well behaved and, you know, do the thing and yeah, I'm just chill and calm and I don't think cheeky is a word I would use to describe myself.
Work for what I believe in. Be more open.
Okay, interesting. Work for what I believe in. Yes, that's a weird phrase, I feel, but I do still absolutely stand up for what I believe in. So if that's what I was thinking about, then yes. And I can see the next one is be more open-minded. And again, like, I feel I just put this in for the sake of putting it in because I am, and always have been, very open-minded. And I definitely still feel that way to this day. So, interesting.
See if I can find a place to do archery or gymnastic classes. Things or hobbies I've wanted to do.
That's so interesting. I definitely don't think I did it that year. Archery, I am shocked. I forgot that that was a thing I really wanted to do. I guess I would still be interested in it, but like it's so far away from like where I'm at right now. But gymnastics, I don't think I did in that year, and I don't think I did at all while I was in Australia, but I have picked it up since I've been back here. I say picked it up, I haven't done it much at all this year, but I know where I can do it somewhere not too far from where I live, and It's drop-in sessions, so theoretically, like, I can go back to it whenever I want. I've just not had the time or energy or motivation recently, but I'm sort of, like, I've allowed myself to explore that avenue, which is nice and exciting.
Organized. Make a bucket list and manage to tick some things off already.
Okay, what was the last one? Be organized. Again, I feel like that's just another I put there for no reason, because I am organized naturally, and I feel like that's only increased in the years. I've only got more organized. And then the bucket list, that feels random. I'm not sure I did create a bucket list, and honestly, like, I've thought about it multiple times. I always think about, like, making a bucket list video, but actually, like, I don't feel like I have a bucket list. Like, I don't think that's something that's important to me. I do things I want to as and when I can, but I don't feel like there are specific things I really want to have done before I've died, you know? Maybe you don't, but I don't feel very strongly about that. And then the next one is do something I've never done before, and I know that that's the year I did my first skydive, which is very cool. And I think that's a fun resolution. I didn't put it in for this year, as you'll probably have seen, but it's a fun idea of, like, try something new this year. So yeah, maybe we can bring that in to 2026. I can't speak. 2026 is hard to say, I feel. Anyway, let's keep watching.
Something I've never done before. Learn French. And this one goes also with my next one, which is do Duolingo for 5 minutes a day at least.
Okay, learn French. French is a funny one because I've never, like, properly learnt it, but a lot of my family speaks French, so I often hear it. And usually if there's a conversation happening in French, I can follow about half of it. I can't speak it for the life of me, but I have some understanding of French. It is a language that I would be interested in picking up again, but just not at the moment. And it's so funny that Duolingo was on there, because I'm sure I did do Duolingo in that year, but then I didn't do Duolingo for very many years, and then only in the last few years have I picked it up, and I have like a 1,300 day streak or something. So yeah, I'm doing Duolingo. I don't know if I'm doing 5 minutes every day, but I'm doing a lesson every day, so that's quite cool.
Create more DIYs. Eat more food.
DIYs, I think I liked the idea of it being crafty and, like, in that sense, but actually, like, I didn't need, and I still don't really need DIYs. I feel like I just don't need stuff. And then eat more food. I have been eating more food, not necessarily more healthy food, but I've never had a huge appetite. And I don't think that's changed hugely. It did change while I was running, and I think since then it has sort of stayed in that place of being more hungry. But until then, I was always a small eater, or whatever you want to call it.
As in more variation.
Oh, never mind. More variation. I don't know if I did in that year, but I definitely have since. I eat a lot more food now, and make a lot more food, which actually links to the next one, than I did in 2016. And yes, I do cook more. Again, I'm not sure if I did that in 2016, but I cook a lot more because I now live at home, on my own, sorry, not at home, and I have to cook more. And I still don't love it. 10 years on, still don't love it.
Proper sleeping pattern that I follow.
I was always an insomniac, and that's got better only in recent, like, months, I would say, and that's only because I have propped my days completely full, and so, is that the English word for it? I've just realised I might have used a Dutch phrase, but yeah, I have jam-packed days, and so I am exhausted by the time I go to bed, and so I've been sleeping better, which is good.
Bit more. Again, one of my hobbies, which I've kind of...
Knitting! Knitting is such a funny one because I knit a lot for a while, and then I stopped for quite a while, and then I picked it up again during COVID and did a lot, and then again I dropped it for a bit, and then I did a bit more I think in 2024, so last year, and then I haven't actually done any this year, but I was thinking about it recently because I do love the feel of knitting. The problem is, personally, I don't need more hats or gloves or scarves or anything, and I can't really think of anyone to gift them to because everyone I know already has their own, and I don't want to knit just for the sake of knitting, and I don't think the quality is good enough that I could give it to like a charity or something. But I do like the idea of knitting more.
Write down one thing I am grateful for each day.
Again, I don't know if I did that in 2016, but I did that for so many years. I only stopped it recently because my journal that I was writing in was completely full. But yeah, that's definitely something I kept up with for a long time. And not just that, I feel like since then and since before then and, you know, onwards, I am so observant of things that I'm grateful for in the moment. And maybe that came from this, but I think it came from before then actually. But I don't feel like I need a grateful for journal anymore because I just notice everything all the time.
Stretch more. Break a bad habit.
Stretch more. That's still on my bucket list to this day. And break a bad habit. I don't know if I did it in 2016. I have been working on it this year. And I thought I'd broken it and then it like slightly came back. So I need to pick that up again in 2026, I think, to try and break it.
Write down one word each day and by the end of the year, have a story.
That's a cute idea. But I didn't fulfill it then, and it's not something I think I'm going to try again.
So, for me, this doesn't count. Clean up more. Face fear.
Clean up more? Like, I'm a pretty tidy person. Yeah, I sometimes leave stuff out, but generally I am pretty tidy and fairly clean. Although I do hate the floors. I hate having to do anything with floors. And now that I live with Wayne, I let him deal with the floors because he doesn't like a lot of the other stuff, and I don't like the floors. And then face of fear, again, is a very silly one. I don't really have many fears that I know of. So I don't feel like I've had to face any.
Now, I personally can't think of a fear I'm gonna face because drink enough water. I will
Listen to the way I said water. Yeah, I don't drink enough water. I think I've got better like literally in the last couple of days. But generally, I love water and it's definitely my beverage of choice, but I just still don't drink enough.
do something new once every month.
Gosh, that's like quite hard to do something new every month. But no, I don't remember doing it then, and I definitely don't plan to bring that in for this year.
Be comfortable in every way, like with anything.
Very specific. I feel like I generally am quite comfortable. I would say recently, since I've had a new job, I've had to wear a uniform for it and it's not comfortable. Because I feel like a big part of being comfortable is clothing. I've spoken about this so much, I think. But yeah, aside from that, I definitely try to live comfortably in every way that I can. I think maybe the only way, and I don't know if this was a factor back then, but definitely to this day, is that I don't let myself live comfortably in terms of finance, even if I have the money for it. You know, like I could be more comfortable and take a tube rather than a bus home, but I take the bus because of money. And with food, I'll buy like the off-brand stuff. Not that it really makes a difference for me personally, but still, there are ways I could be more comfortable and I don't grant myself that. But I think overall, I'm pretty good at being comfortable, and I've definitely got better with the money thing recently, very recently.
More things that make me happy. Enjoy moments more.
Do more things that make me happy. I mean, I feel like I try and do everything that I can to make me happy. And again, especially recently, as of when I'm filming this, I feel like I've been trying to do that more. And then enjoy moments more. Again, like I don't feel like I need to enjoy it anymore because I already enjoy moments a lot. The only thing I'm bad at is in like situations where the family's involved. Obviously I do enjoy it in the moment, but I also always have in the back of my head of like, oh, this moment's gonna pass and then everyone's gonna be gone again. And that definitely makes me sad. So I wish that voice would go away. But aside from that, I'm pretty good at enjoying moments.
You have days or weeks or months where you unplug from social media completely.
That would be good, wouldn't it? That's not happened probably since 2016. I can't think of a single day where I've unplugged from social media completely. Ah, the modern world.
Appreciate life more. Take a moment and think of something that you appreciate.
I mean, again, I feel like this is similar to the grateful for, and I do appreciate life very, very much.
Get out of the house more.
That's still to this day a problem. I mean, obviously, I feel like with the way my life is currently, I do get out of the house more, but not necessarily by choice. And on the days where I have a choice to stay in, I will. And on the one hand, I feel like this isn't important to me. Like I'm quite happy to stay at home. But then on the other hand, I do know that sometimes pushing myself to go out, even if I'm not in the mood to, does result in some lovely experiences. So, you know, two ways.
But unfriend.
I was always very like picky about my Facebook friends. I really only I always tried to aim to keep it under 100. And then more recently, I would say sort of since I started taking acting seriously, I started to think, connections might be useful. But I still am quite picky. And also I barely use Facebook anymore. Very, very rarely.
Practice whatever needs to be practiced.
I mean, I have nothing that needs, well, actually, I need to practice singing. And I've not been very good at that recently. So actually, that's a fair resolution.
Be more consistent. Kind of like don't leave it hanging, but keep going. Be more regular. Believe in yourself.
Okay, consistent? That's just a confusing resolution to me. And believe in myself? I think I do. I don't like to believe in myself too loudly, but I don't think I'd be where I am, if I didn't. Like, I wouldn't still be trying to get a career in performing if I didn't believe that there was a small chance I could.
Read at least.
Ooh, I don't know if I read 50 books in that year, but my reading's been going so well the last couple of years. I think audiobooks are a big factor for that. I also think the fact that I can read at my job is amazing. So yeah, and I think in 2025 I read like 70 books, I think, maybe more. I haven't, obviously, as of when I'm filming this, I haven't got to the end of the year yet, but I will be making a separate video of all the books I read in 2025. In fact, I'll be making two. There'll be one where I'm tier ranking them and one where I will go through Storygraph, the wrap up. But yes, I've definitely been reading more.
Use Goodreads more.
Okay, we've switched to Storygraph quite a few years ago, but I am very consistent about using Storygraph, so that's good.
Have better posture.
Here I am slouched. Yeah, my posture is not good. And my back is bad. My back is bad. So yeah, maybe something to work on, but also it's so much effort.
Meditate more, even if it isn't.
Meditating really works for some people. It really doesn't work for me. And I don't know if this is the year where I learned that, but I know that I've known that for a long time. So unfortunately, this is not one that is worth it to me.
So this one's, I guess, up to me because...
Oh, honey, I don't know if I did that year, but we're over 500 now, which is insane. Oh, baby. Cute. Very cute.
Enjoy the rain more.
That's a silly one. I love the rain.
Stop complaining, or at the...
Again, I don't feel like I was a huge complainer, and I still don't think I am. At least not, like, in public settings. You know, I might complain about stuff to Wayne or to my parents, but generally I think I take things and just, like, let them be.
Comparing myself to others.
Again, like, I don't think I did this very much. More than anything in a performing aspect. And that might still be the case a little bit. Although again, less so, I think, in the last couple of years. I really feel like the resort work and then especially the river cruise work really helped myself just value my own abilities. But yeah, just in general, like, I don't think I compare myself to others very much.
Be more patient. And
I mean, yeah, I am patient, I think. I'm getting impatient with this video because I feel like I put a lot in there that I didn't feel. But yeah, I'm a very patient person, naturally.
Worry less about life.
I don't worry about life. I don't. I've never been a worrier. That's an awkward word to say.
Don't act upon the...
I don't act upon the bad emotions, generally. Obviously, if you push me to a limit, maybe I will. But even then, it would be like crying, I think. I don't think you'd get much more out of me than that.
Don't wait until January the 1st to make and fulfill...
That's a really good resolution or, like, idea. But I also know that I'm a huge fan of, like, New Year's in terms of, like, a fresh page. But I do sort of get to any point in the year. If there's something that comes up and I'm like, oh, I want to focus on this, I will. You know, I'll start then. I won't wait until... Maybe I'll wait until the start of the next month. But I don't usually sort of say, well, that has to wait until 2027. But it's a good idea. It's good philosophy.
It's okay to fail goals or to fail the
Again, a nice sentiment. And I have failed many resolutions over the years. But, you know, that's okay. That's fine. Is this the last one?
Yeah, that was my video.
Well, that's it. I sincerely hope I've just saved that right. I pressed a different button to usual. No, okay, it's on there. We're all good. Okay, that was less exciting than I thought. So if you've made it to the end, well done. But yeah, I think overall I just put a lot on there that I didn't really need for myself. And maybe the intention was like, here are some ideas for you. That probably was the intention. But watching it back, trying to reflect upon myself, it doesn't really work. But it's fun to do, and it's fun to know like where I was at 10 years ago. It's just crazy. But that is all. And I'll see you in another video very, very soon. Bye!